Hi, my name is Joseph Parker, WBO champion of the world, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
So the former undisputed cruiserweight world champion Oleksandr Usyk is currently no longer interested in a fight with Derek Chisora. And that comes from Usyk's co-promoter in Oleksandr Usyk. Now, again, a lot of people say, but I thought Eddie Hearn promoted Oleksandr Usyk. And yeah, he does, but it's a co-promotional deal that he has. Okay, so again, just to clarify that little bit there. Now, Usyk, he says that Chisora, that fight is impossible because the WBO World Heavyweight title will not be on the line. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole Anthony Joshua has to vacate the WBO or IBF and which one he should do and blah, 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 because I've explained all this situation to death in previous videos. And for those of you who haven't caught up with that situation, those videos will pop up at the end of this video. Okay, so you can go give them ones a watch to catch up on the whole situation. Now, as far as the WBO goes, Usyk is pretty much going to be playing the waiting game. Now, his preference right now is to go straight into an Anthony Joshua fight or fight for the world heavyweight title, the vacant one, the WBO vacant one, against, of course, what would be Joseph Parker. That's what he wants. So Derek Chisora, as of right now, is not the plan, which I can understand from a certain point of view. Now, I understand that a lot of people, they want to see Usyk versus Chisora. It's an interesting fight. And I know a lot of people want the WBO World Heavyweight title on the line if that belt is vacated by Joshua. Again, I fully get that. I'm a Brit. And of course, if that happens, I'm fully on board with it, of course. But the fact is, we have to go by the ranking system. The WBO ranking system, it is what it is. It ain't great, but it is what it is, okay? And we have to go by that because otherwise, what's the point of a ranking system? There's no point to it if anyone can just fight for the world title. Now, the number one contender on that list is Joseph Parker. He's the number one. Okay, now Oleksandr Usyk, he's the mandatory challenger. And again, I have seen some people saying, but Oleksandr Usyk, he shouldn't be mandatory challenger. He shouldn't be fighting for that vacant belt because he's only had one fight at heavyweight against a virtual gatekeeper. So, again, I understand your point with that one, but again, we have to go by the rules. The rules are for the WBO is that if you are champion in one weight class, vacate the belt to move up in weight, you then become eligible to fight for that world title in that weight division. That happened with Terence Crawford when he moved up to 147. He became automatic mandatory challenger for Jeff Horn. A lot of you guys will remember that situation. Now, if Usyk was just WBO Cruiserweight World Champion, then moved up and become mandatory challenger, I'll probably have a little bit of an issue with it. But the reason I don't have an issue with it is because he was undisputed. So from that point of view, I can kind of go, yeah, I understand why. Now, a fight with Derek Chisora, is it impossible to happen? No, not at all. Because what Usyk wants to do is he doesn't want to be going to fight Chisora, potentially have a war, and then go straight into a fight with either Joshua or Joseph Parker in a very, very short space of time. So he's pretty much playing the waiting game. He wants to see what's happening with Anthony Joshua. Is he going to vacate the WBO title? Is he going to keep it and fight him next? Is Joshua going to go fight Pulev next and then fight Usyk later in the year, if he's allowed to keep both titles? It's unlikely he's allowed to keep both titles, but listen, it's still possible. So there are still some scenarios floating around. So if it's a case of Oleksandr Usyk is going to have to wait several months to get that world title shot, then he's quite happy to go fight Chisora in a penciled-in day of March the 28th. So from that point of view, that way he's willing to do it. But right now, what he wants is his WBO World Heavyweight title shot, whether that's against Anthony Joshua or Joseph Parker. Now, I know a lot of people saying, but Parker, he shouldn't be getting that world title shot. Derek Chisora should. But again, you have to look at it by the ranking system and the fact that Joseph Parker is a former WBO World Heavyweight Champion. He's never been stopped. Chisora has been stopped on a couple of occasions. So, again, ideal situation, Parker versus Chisora, right? That would be a great fight. And then the winner goes fight for the vacant WBO title. Again, so many different scenarios that could happen, or in an ideal world could happen. But again, everybody's on a bit of a time frame. But right now, Usyk is not looking at Derek Chisora thinking, you know what, I'm going to go fight you anyway, and then I want to go fight Parker or Joshua later. Because again, it's all down to timing. They're waiting on a decision from Joshua, they're waiting on a decision from the WBO and the IBF and Kubrat Pulev and all these other kind of situations as to what's happening. But right now, he's just not interested in a Derek Chisora fight. His focus is purely on getting a world title shot next. And according to his co-promoter, he is willing to wait to get that world title shot. But of course, he's not going to be willing to wait for a very long time. If he's got to get a world title shot in August or September or time, something like that, he isn't just going to sit on his hands and do nothing. He's going to want to keep active. And at that point, a Chisora fight could fit in. But right now, it's a case of, as his promoter says there, he's not interested in a Derek Chisora fight because the WBO World Heavyweight title will not be on the line. So he wants Joshua or Parker. That's what he wants next. So anyway, we're still going to have to wait and see how everything pans out. But right now, I understand what it is that Usyk is saying, although I would love to see Usyk versus Chisora, with or without a belt, as of right now. But anyway, as I said, we'll have to wait and see how things pan out. But right now, he's not interested in a Chisora fight. He wants that world title shot. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.